So Apex has just dropped some major updates, and I'm going to be covering all those updates in detail in this video. And if you're currently thinking about taking an eval, I think this is one of the moments where you really want to pay attention. And the updates that I'm going to be covering include their 90% off promo that they're running. They've introduced new pricing where you can actually get a 50K account for as low as $19. Yes, 19 bucks for an eval. They've also introduced bulk pricing where you can buy 5 accounts at the same time. And one that I really like is they've now introduced all-in pricing, meaning that if you buy the eval with that all-in pricing, when you pass it, there's no activation fee. And that's an amazing update. And then last but not least, and I know a lot of you are going to be happy about this, is that metals are back. Yes, Apex has now opened it up so that we can start trading gold and silver again. They had paused it because of the volatility, but now they've opened it up. So if you are a person who likes to trade gold and silver, you can come back to Apex Trader Funding and you'll be able to trade gold and silver. Now, before you rush and buy anything, I'm going to break down what all of this means with regards to these updates. What are these updates? Who they help? What do you need to be careful about so you don't waste money or blow your accounts unnecessarily? So sit back and let's dive into this video. Before we get started, first things first, what's going on, fam? Kuda here. I'm really excited that you're here on this video today. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for joining. And before you leave, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're already subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. You are the true MVPs. Now, on this channel, we cover all things trading. We cover prop firms, options, and we also just talk about how to approach the markets with discipline. I'm very passionate of helping people who have 9-to-5 jobs and they're trying to also become traders. So if you're a 9-to-5er and you're looking to get on the day trading journey, this channel is for you. Now, I do host bi-weekly boot camps where I teach how to trade options and how to trade futures. If you're interested in joining some of those boot camps, the link is in the description. I have a Discord community where I mentor people how to start trading. If you're interested in the mentorship, the link is also in the description as well. Now, for today's video, like I said, we're going to be breaking down the new Apex Trader Funding updates and what they mean for traders who are considering taking an eval. All right, so let's just go to the Apex website and I'm going to walk you through the changes that they've made. So if you come to Apex and you start to place your order, here are some of the changes in this update that you're going to see. So first things first is right here, right? So you can see Apex now has a standard account and a no activation fee account. With the standard account, they're going to be a little bit cheaper than the no activation fee, but when you pass it, you then have to pay an activation fee to then switch from your eval account to the funded account. So the standard account on the 50K intraday trail is going for 25 bucks once you put in the coupon. And then if you are to switch over to the no activation fee, it's going for $79. So there's a little bit of a difference between the two. But what I like about this is that this is your all-in cost, right? So you know that for $79, that's my all-in cost. And you're able to take your eval. And once you pay the eval, there are no surprises in terms of paying a $99 activation fee or anything like that. So that's one big update that they've made. Now, the second update that they've made is they've introduced bulk pricing. So before with Apex, you could only buy one account, but you can see now they have a 5-pack. And as you can see, the 5-pack is going for 95 bucks, meaning that each account is $19, and this is for the standard. So with Apex, you can have up to 20 accounts, and you can essentially buy 4 5-packs, and you can then trade them using a trade copier if you want, and you'll be able to have all your 20 accounts up and ready for you to trade. So that's another big update, guys. This is huge because I remember when I would buy multiple accounts, I would have to do the process over and over and over and over again. And it can become very, very boring and repetitive because you have to go through the checkout process 20 times if you're buying 20 accounts. But now, by having the 5-pack, you have the ability to buy 5 at a time. So if you're buying 20, you only have to do it 4 times, and then you're all set. So I think this is a really good update that Apex has made, and I don't know any other prop firm in the industry that currently has this. If you go to the no activation fee option, you'll see that the no activation fee, the 5-pack account is $10 cheaper when you look at it from an account to account level, because it'll be $69 per account. So for $345, that's your all-in cost to get 5 accounts for evals on the 50K. And then once you pass those, you don't have to worry about the activation fee. You're all set, you're good to go. Now, if I was to do this, what I would do is I'd copy trade it using a trade copier like Trade Copier. I'll put the link in the description for you guys to check it out. And then you can just trade your 5 accounts, and then when you're done, you're done. Now, this is not a new update, but something that I just want to point out because some of you guys might be watching this for the first time. So Apex offers an end-of-day trail and an intraday trail. And I have a video that really breaks down the difference between the two, but I'll just kind of like point out the important things here. So your intraday trailing threshold essentially just means that your trailing threshold moves in real time. So if you make $500, your trailing threshold floor moves up by $500. The end of day trailing threshold, your floor remains static the entire day's trading session, and it's only moved at the end of the day once your P&L is finalized for the day. So the end of day trailing thresholds tend to be more expensive than the intraday. So there's a little bit of a difference, right? So if you look at the 50K account on the intraday, no activation fee, it's $79. On the end of day, it's $109, right? So you're also going to need to decide which one you want. If you're a newer trader, my recommendation would be going with the end of day trail because it just reduces the stress when you're trading in terms of having to manage the trailing threshold. But if you're someone who's a little bit more experienced, you have a strategy that you're really comfortable with, then just go with the intraday trail. It's much better and it's much easier that way. And then the last update is that metals are back. So now you can trade gold, silver, copper, platinum, palladium. And obviously, these are the symbols. So if you've been waiting to trade the metals are now back. You can trade both the minis and the micros. And I'm really, really excited about that because I like to trade gold. And not being able to trade gold on Apex has been a little bit of downside over the past couple of months. But happy that gold is back and now we can start trading gold. Now, there's something that I just want to say because it's something that I see with these types of promotions is that, yes, they now have, the $19 eval that you could get if you get that package. But here's the part I want you to hear clearly. A cheap eval does not mean an easy eval. The price might be lower for you to get the eval, but the rules still matter, okay? Your risk management still matters. Your psychology still matters. And if you trade emotionally, you over-leverage, or you revenge trade, you're still going to fail that $19 eval, the same way you would fail a $200 eval. So yes, the promo is attractive and you should definitely, take advantage of it, but don't treat this as like your lottery ticket. Make sure that as you go and start trading these evals, even if you get them only for $19, you do not throw your discipline out of the window. Remain disciplined, follow your A+ setups and strategies, pass those $19 evals, great. What has happened to me in the past is when I see these promos, I'll be just like, oh, it's $19. Let me just take another one. And I quickly realized that if you don't respect the money, if you don't respect the $19, it's going to be very difficult for you to find success as a trader. So yes, take advantage of the deal, but remember, the rules still apply and your rules still apply. So make sure you're looking for A+ setups, you're following your rules, you're not over leveraging, and you're not just saying like, oh, it's only $19, I can just blow this and take another one. No, be disciplined, take advantage of the deal, and pass the evals, and then just continue your journey as a trader. So what does this mean if you're a beginner? It means that there's a lower cost opportunity to get experience with a prop firm eval on your journey. But it also means you need structure, right? Because if you just buy the eval, and if you don't know what market you're going to be trading, what time of day you're going to be trading, how many trades you should be trading per day, what is your maximum risk per day, what is your daily loss limit, and all that stuff, you're just going to blow the accounts. So if you're not certain about all those rules, you definitely might want to consider joining one of my boot camps where I teach people how to trade evals and pass the evals. In my community, I've had probably to this point, hundreds of students who've passed their evals using the methods that we teach. So you definitely might want to consider joining one of the boot camps so that you can go through the process on how we take evals to ensure that we pass the evals. I also have videos here on YouTube that you can watch that teach you how we take our eval. So I teach some of the strategies, not all, on the YouTube video. So you can definitely watch some of the videos, and I'll put some of the links of the videos in the description, and they'll pop up somewhere here. So definitely go and watch that as well. But just to kind of give you a brief highlight, here's my recommended approach when it comes to evals. Number one, pick one account size. So don't be buying a 25K, 150K, 100, just pick one. And to save you all the math, the 50K account is the one that I would recommend that you buy. So don't jump between 5 different accounts, because it's gonna make your process inconsistent, because you're trading assets that have different profit targets, different trailing thresholds. So it's much easier for you to just go with one account size. Number two, you want to trade small. Your goal is to survive long enough for your edge to play out. So don't just be, maxing out, unless if you know what you're really doing. And of course, there are situations like this. And I also teach situations where you go full out, max out. But if you're still starting out, remember, this is my recommended approach for a beginner, is you want to trade small. But if you've taken my mentorship and you know some of the trading strategies we use, you can definitely size up accordingly. Number three, you want to set a daily loss limit. So what I recommend to my community is go into the market knowing the worst thing that the market could do to you. And you could set your daily loss limit as $250 or $500. So if you actually lose the $250, if that's your daily loss limit, you stop trading for the day. Okay? What ends up happening is that if you don't have a daily loss limit defined, the market is going to define the loss for you. And it could be eventually blowing the account. Number four, you only want to take A+ setups. So if you don't know any setups, you might want to sign up for the bootcamp or for my mentorship, or look for someone who can teach you those types of setups. But if you already have A+ setups that you know, you should only trade those. Don't just be trading just because you see candles going up and then you just go up, right? You want to make sure that you're being very, very calculated in your entry, your risk, and your take profit. So making sure that you take the time to do your technical analysis and identifying an A+ setup is going to be important. And then number five, which I feel a lot of people ignore, is journaling every trade. If you don't track what you're doing, you're just going to be gambling with, a better looking chart, right? So what you want to do as a trader, and if you're really taking this seriously, to really make money off of this, you want to be disciplined enough to journal every trade. And this will enable you to go back and reflect what you did right, what you did wrong, what's working, what's not working. So journaling every trade is going to be super, super important. And then number six, which is the final one, is that although Apex offers a 1 day to pass opportunity, I highly suggest that you do it with caution, because when most people try to do it, they get reckless, unless if you know what you're doing. I do it sometimes when I have an A+ setup. I can understand what the mechanics look like to be able to pass it in a day. But for newer traders, and remember, this advice is for newer traders, I would highly caution you from trying to pass the eval in a day. The goal, remember, is not speed. The goal is controlled progress. So your ability to be able to set daily goals, it could be $500 a day, and you trade the eval for 6 days to hit that 3K profit goal on a 50K account. It's much better than you trying to hit the $3,000 goal in one day and then you end up blowing the account. All right. So those are the 6 tips that I would like to give you guys if you're looking to trade an eval. And then last but not least, like I said, I do have a trading community. And if you're interested in joining the community, the details are in the description. I have a Discord group. I also have a mentorship program. So depending on where you are in your trading journey, we do have something that aligns with you. And we also have the boot camps as well. Let me not forget. And again, all the details are in the description. So looking forward to connecting with you wherever you are. And if you're looking to take this Apex promotion, there's a link in the description and a code that you could use so that you can go there and take your evals. And let me know in the comments, which one are you going to be going for? Are you going to be going for the all-in pricing, or you're going to be going with the standard account? Are you going to be going with a 5 bulk accounts or just one at a time? I'm curious to know. So let me know in the comments what you decide to do. And I hope that this video has helped you. And I look forward to learning in the comments how your trading journey is going. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. And for those of you guys that are in my community, you know that next week we're going to be doing all of these evals together on Zoom. So I look forward to seeing a lot of you in the Zoom meetings as we go on this journey on trying to pass evals. And for those of you guys that want to be in the community, the links are in the description, and I'll see you guys at the top.